It is a challenge for prisons, helping inmates turn their lives around. Now, News 10's Joe Ostrowski tells the story of one local professor who's helping them do just that.
This is a story about stories and how good stories can change life stories. Few stories are as powerful as William Shakespeare's, and few people know that power like Professor Laura Bates. That's because she doesn't just teach Shakespeare here, she also taught him here.
In prison, on the one hand, it's even more challenging for the average prisoner. On the other hand, it's that much more rewarding.
Years ago, Bates agreed to lead classes on Shakespeare, not just in prison, but in maximum security at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility.
Literally sort of knocking on these cell doors saying, "Hi, would you like to read some Shakespeare?"
She even led inmate plays like this one. But it turns out those inmates were learning more than lines.
As they come to analyze Shakespeare's characters, they come to analyze their own character. And that really leads to important change.
One of them was this man, Larry Newton. He's serving life in prison for murder, and he'd been behind bars since he was a boy. Newton had been ready to give up on life until he recognized his story in one of those plays.
She left me with a speech by King Richard II, which he was expressing from his own Supermax dungeon 400 years before. And I just couldn't believe that this guy was pacing around in his own dungeon trying to find a life in it just like me. So that was my first exposure to Shakespeare. And it would literally change the rest of my life.
Now those transformations are getting national attention. Dr. Bates has spoken about her work around the country. She's written a book based on Larry's story, and she's giving several national interviews over the next few weeks. And she says the story of Shakespeare's power in prison is just beginning. With photojournalist Cody Murphy, Joe Ostrowski, News 10.
Nice story. Now, if you would like to learn more about Dr. Bates and her work, you can find it at our website, WTHI-TV.com.